everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to this be able to stand here and introduce to you one of the brightest lights of the group of people that enjoy this building, Dorothy Elder, who is, yes. It has been my absolute pleasure to be the music director here for 2 years, and there is not a person who has made quite the impact on me and the time that I've been here as is Dorothy Elder. I would like to thank all of you for coming out. It's so nice to see this many people come out for a concert, and of course that is an incredible tribute to Dorothy Elder. And also thank you to all the people who are watching us online. Friends and family and people who I know all over the country are here to listen to what Dorothy has to bring to us. And I don't want to take up a huge amount of your time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. It is my absolute joy and pleasure to bring out Dorothy Elder.
Hello. I'm going to sit on the corner of the bench because organ shoes are very slippery and you do not want me lying down there. So thank you all for coming. I really appreciate your coming out and supporting me and looking out. I see people and friends that I know, and I know some friends are online. Oh, get it up. I should know that. Thank you. If you thought you were coming to a birthday party with cake and punch and stuff, you are terribly wrong and disappointed. I don't do that. I would much rather play the organ any day than plan a birthday party. So you don't get that. The birthday isn't until January anyway. But I want to give you a little bit of background about how this all came about and why I'm doing this. Most of you know that for 3 years I was away from the organ bench caring for Bill during his long walk with cancer. And what you don't know is part of the whole story of how important this is to me now, because during that journey, somewhere in there, he fell and broke his hip, and I made some very unwise physical moves, lifting him and managing his wheelchair, and long story short, I almost lost use of my arms and hands, and it really terrified me. I was preparing and prepared for losing him, but I was not prepared for losing me. And so my wise children sat down and had a powwow with the whole family, and long story short, I started getting some help in for him so I could get out and play around in the medical community and get some help for myself so that I could care for him, and then I could get back onto this play toy that I absolutely love. So after he died, I got back on the organ bench, and I was in really bad shape. 3 years away from the coordination it takes to make this happen, let's just say I was not coordinated. It was like learning to ride the bike all over again. But it's the thing I love to do, so I started out and gradually got back. By the time last Christmas rolled around and we knew that Katie Rittner was not going to be able to play on Christmas Eve, Nicholas asked me to play, and I said, oh, goody whoopee, I love Christmas music, but I decided not to go back into my archive of old music. I wanted to learn new music. And went online, and I found so much new music that I wanted to learn that I knew I had to do some type of a program this year. Didn't know quite what kind, because I thought it's really audacious for me to come out here and wave my flag and come hear me play. I know full well I am not a concert organist. You have heard some fabulous organists play this organ. They're on a different pay scale than I am. But I do love to play, and I do know I have something to communicate and to give back to you. So I appreciate your coming out to hear that. Somewhere in the process, I realized the proximity of my birthday, which is 3 weeks from today. I'll turn 80, and I don't feel it, and I'm not retiring. You can't get rid of me. I'm sorry. Um, But that gave me the hook and the impetus to something to hang it on, a goal to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to follow through, I'm going to make this thing happen. And you really need that because a whole program's worth of new music is a lot different from Sunday morning and a 5-minute prelude and getting the hymns together. So anyway, here we are, and I so appreciate your being here. It's fun to pay back to people who have supported me on not only this journey, but Bill's journey, and just being, I've almost 35 years now of making music in this place, and that's unbelievable to me, but I can't imagine my life, what it would have been like without the opportunity that took place here. So let's see, in your programs, you see that it's divided into 3 sections, and I've asked that you hold your applause till the end of each section. This music is quiet and contemplative. And I just want you to find a moment of peace and quiet in the end of this very busy season of Christmas, a place where you just let this music, beautifully written music, just flood over you, find that peace, find the calm that leads you to the awe of the Christ child in the manger and brings you some joy, deep joy. And share with me my joy of being able to bring music to you and just be a part of each other's lives. I will now turn this off. on. So if the name of that composer, William Lloyd Webber, looked familiar to you, it's because you probably have heard his much more famous son, Andrew. Yeah, you get it, Andrew Lloyd Webber. The next set that I'm going to do is all from composer Noel Raththorne. You've not heard his name, but if you are a member of this church, you have heard his music. Because he is known for composing, we probably have 5 or 6 books over there of alternate hymn tune harmonizations for the last verses of the hymn. You know how we love to make that last verse spring and be a wonderful thing to sing. And he also has written a collection of short pieces, Christmas settings for Christmas carols. The first one is one I just really don't think you are familiar with. It's called Past 3 O'Clock. And it harkens back to the day, it's an early English hymn, back to the days before clocks, when people depended on a bell tower or a city clock tower, or perhaps, a town crier going through the town ringing the bell. And I first learned this carol, which is very familiar in England, but not on this side of the pond, when my son was singing in a boy choir at our church in Boulder, First Presbyterian Church in Boulder. And these cute little boys put on their best British accents and sang this little song that goes, past 3 o'clock and early in the morning, past 3 o'clock, good morrow meet the day, or something like that. I may have the words off, but close enough, you get the idea. It goes on and tells the Christmas story. Wake up, get up, come see the manger, the baby has been born. And Noel Raththorne noticed that the first 4 notes of that song, toot, 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 very close to the Westminster chime, ding, dong, ding, dong, and he just has fun with it. He interplays them back and forth, and what's Christmas without having the chime on, right? So, enjoy it. Who knew that the British could get the gospel on like that? That was a lot of fun. This organ is so much fun to register. That was my attempt to make this organ sound like an old-fashioned theater organ, a very wheezy theater organ. Don't know if you remember, back in the 80s, there was a pizza place down in Denver and Federal and Alameda, and I think it was Organ Grinder? There's some friends of mine who visited us there. The Organ Grinder Pizza. Anyway, those organs are very different from a church organ. That's a registration you've probably never heard on this organ. May not again, but it was a lot of fun to do. This organ is actually not a large organ. It may look large to you, but it's what I would classify as something on the small end of a medium-sized organ. A small organ would probably have 2 manuals, medium 3, and the bigger ones, the large organ, 4 and up. This has 38 ranks of pipes. 1 rank of pipes is 1 pipe for every note on the keyboard, for every different sound, a flute, a trumpet, whatever. And all in all, there's 2,344 pipes hiding back behind there. There's a bunch of them. A large organ would have to be 65 to 70 ranks. If you're looking at a cathedral organ, you're probably looking 100 to 150 ranks. So that puts our 38 ranks where it appropriately belongs. But thanks to the genius of our builder, Michael Quimley, he added just some wonderful, all these little tabs and things that make it more accessible, make it easier to register, make it easier for the organist to make the organ sound like the composer thought he wanted it or she wanted it to sound. And it is a joy to register. I'm still finding new combinations. I found one last Tuesday by accident, pulling the wrong stop and going, oh, I like that. So I changed the music to do what it's like a Bob Ross moment. A little, happy little accident. But Michael Quimby did a marvelous job on this instrument, and I believe he is joining us online today, which thrills me because we never got a chance as a group of people to thank him appropriately for this instrument. So please, thank you, Michael Quimby. Over on the wall over here is a plaque that was built from a board that came out of our old instrument, which came to this church from Park Church, which is down, that church that's down on Lincoln Park, and across from UCCC was one of our prior building before coming here in 57, and the old organ had to come out with us, but it was never big enough to fill this room. The pulpit from that organ, the console from that organ is what we made the pulpit out of. You see the little curvy thing under there on that? So, well, I don't know, the angels may block it. You can find that later. But we were able to preserve that piece of history, and we actually have 1 rank of pipes from that old organ that are still in this organ. And I know that many of you who are here today opened your pocketbooks and made this thing happen. That organ cost us a little over $500,000, and over here is a list of the over 200 what we call giving units, individuals, families, memorial funds, what have you. But at the top of the list, oh, by the way, that $500,000, I asked Michael to give us an updated estimate of replacement with all our new, the remodeling that went on. Hold on to your seats, folks. It is now, replacement costs $1,570,000. It has more than tripled. Your 401k didn't do that. So your investment really has made a difference here. At the top of the plaque, on the lower part, is the proper name of this organ, the Clara S. Whitwer organ. I have to take these glasses off to see. Stowe, are you here? Stowe is here? Okay, thank you, Ben, for pointing to Stowe. Thanks to the generosity of the Whitwer family, Stowe and his family, for making a legacy leadership gift. This organ became possible when we started doing our fundraising. And Stowe was another person that quietly goes about doing the right thing, and I want us to appropriately thank him for his vision and his persistence in making this happen. Thank you, Stowe. He's taking a bow. I love it. At the very top of this plaque, Soli Deo Gloria, To God alone the glory. That is the motto of the American Guild of Organists, and it truly speaks to the role of an organ in a church. While programs like this are fun to show off all the sounds and the things, the purpose of the organ is to support you, the voice of the congregation. As you lift your voices, singing the great hymns of our faith, be it Easter with the organ at full blast and trumpets and singing Christ the Lord is risen today, or that magic moment we will experience in about 48 hours when we're gathered in this room on Christmas Eve and the lights are extinguished, and from the Christ candle, all our candles are lit and the light spreads throughout the church while we're singing Silent Night. Don't know about you, but that's the most sacred moment in my life in this building. And from the choir loft, it's really cool because you see the light getting passed all the way up to the back of the balcony. So come join the choir if you want a good seat. Soli Deo Gloria. That's why we do it. That's why we love our craft as organists. And I thank you again for coming and enjoying this. We'll do one more set.